What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Friday the 14th podcast. I'm one of your hosts, the Emo Soul One, Franco, along with my lovely, lovely co-host over here, Mr. Fresh.
Manny Fresh, yes. Thank you. You, again. Guys, shower his comment section with a bunch of positivity and great affirmation. Because he's always introducing me in the nicest ways. And I try not to blush on camera. It just doesn't work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But are y'all guys ready for our horror review? Today, we are doing this Pepsi times Peeps soda. We're reviewing it. Do you have yours, Manny, by standby?
Yeah, I think I do. Right here, I also can't read. So I think this says Pepsi.
It smells like Pepsi. It doesn't smell like Peeps, though. And,
Is it good, though?
Let's try it. That's room temperature. That's not cold. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'd give this 2 machetes out of 5.
2 machetes out of 5. I have had the Dr. Pepper Peeps.
How'd you like those? Me and Nick had those the other day.
I think they taste like Dr. Pepper, but I just to me, I'm not the biggest fan of Peeps. My dad used to eat them like crazy, and if I see them in store and it's a different flavor, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna try one, and that's it. The rest I gave away. I was like, y'all can keep. I don't.
Yeah. Honestly, I told Nick that day. It tastes like Pepsi and vanilla. Remember how they used to have vanilla back in the day? No. Yeah. The soda.
Yeah.
That's all it tastes like is Pepsi vanilla.
I'm an avid Pepsi fan.
Are you?
Like when people are like, oh, we don't have Coke, we have Pepsi. It doesn't even bother me. To me, I get more excited. I'm like, okay, great, thank you. I like Coke though. Don't get me wrong. I support them 100%. Coca-Cola Bear is the best. But did you say F Coke?
Yeah, that's the worst soda ever. It's all about DP, baby. Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, you gotta clarify what you mean by DP, bro. Real fast.
I saw your face. Fast. That's why.
It's all about that DP, baby. Dr. Pepper. Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom, yes.
I remember when I was in middle school that we were learning decimal to percentage or something like that. The teacher was like, "No, remember it as DP," and then she was like, "Dear something," and I was like, "Danny Phantom." I was just being like, "Yeah, that's the way I remember it, Danny Phantom." Good times.
So I'm posting all this on social media real quick, but we are talking today. You want to tell me what we're talking about today?
Yes, today we are talking about the 2016 hit, though it didn't really hit like the general audience until 2018. Terrifier. Directed by Damien Leone, right? If I'm correct.
Damien Leone.
Yes,
I guess before we get into it, honestly, how was your weekend, man? Because I know this weekend was the Comic-Con.
I gotta admit, bro, I had a lot more fun than I did at the previous con. There was vendors from wall to wall, man. It felt. Don't get me wrong. I'm hoping that this summer's CC5 is amazing, and more vendors come out. But gosh, the amount of vendors at this one, bro, it made it so much worth it. Like I had a reason to stay and walk around that many times, and it was just like the atmosphere was nice. I went on a Sunday, so it was super calm. I was able to get Zach Aguilar, the voice of Tanjiro and Demon Slayer, to sign a Funko Pop. So I fangirled over that. I got to talk to him at his booth, and then saw his panel. So that's what it. I also saw Cocaine Bear.
I went, man. I went on Friday. It was pretty good. I'm not an anime fan, so I didn't care for any of the guests, honestly. But yeah, all the vendors, man. I spent a lot of money.
I spent almost $300, bro.
I spent almost $300. I love Eevee, and I bought this stupid.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. I saw the one place that had Dittos as Gengar, Ditto as Pikachu. I thought that was really cool.
I did not see that, honestly. I probably would have bought that one.
It's gonna look crazy, bro. I got like skin for my PS5, like of a Demon Slayer. Oh man, dude, I bought so much stuff, bro. It's like not even. Afterwards, I was kind of like, you need to calm down. It's just the deal on some of those Funkos, man.
Yeah, another event I went to that was happening was at the Wild Wolf Halloween. They had
Oh,
uh, Dave, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Dave Sheridan from Scary Movie,
hmm
played Officer Doofy slash Killer. And I was contemplating on getting an autograph. I was like, you know what? I love Scream. I have the Ghostface pop. I bought it like last year, so I can get it signed by Matthew Lillard and Billy C. Ulrich. But
yes,
I wasn't able to go. I was like contemplating about getting it signed. I was like, oh, it's Ghostface. It's not a scary movie, but I was like, fuck it. You know what? I remember Scary Movie more than I remember Scream because of him. So I got that shit signed.
bro. Can I ask you a question? Where did you get this Ghostface Funko Pop from?
I got it online. Is it a fake?
Huh?
Is it a fake? 'Cause I was like honestly wondering.
No, cause I sold mine to Cotton's Collectibles,
Oh no, I didn't
um,
get it there.
dude, now the value on it was already almost 200 when I sold it, and now it's like 300.
I think it's
But
400.
oh my, I needed the money at the time,
Hmm.
so I was like, you know what, make a sacrifice. I cannot tell you if it is fake, bro, because people came at me when I was trying to sell it online. They were like, show us the knife. Does the knife have blood?
I can't even tell in the dark, but I remember looking online and seeing because that was one thing I was like, oh okay, because I bought it for like I traded two Scott Pilgrim pops, and then like I
Yeah.
paid 150, I think, or
Now
100.
that must be. I mean, I feel like they wouldn't.
Yeah, and like the girl that I got it from, like she like said she got barely got into Funko. She had this for a while, for years, but she barely got really into it to like start actually buying.
Yeah. So
And
it makes sense, bro. Usually people get like one pop and then come
yeah,
back later and
I looked
become
online. It
addicted.
looks real to me. If it isn't,
Yeah.
it's real. I have it physically. I don't give a shit. I'm
Yeah.
not planning on selling it.
In my head, I really thought that with the new Screams, we're gonna get like more Scream Funko Pops, and it just makes me mad that they're sleeping on it. Funko's stock actually tanked today, so I mean, hopefully this is slaps them in the face to stop making Bella Porch Funko Pops and bring us the stuff we want.
If you're making any TikTok star Funko Pops, they need to make. I can't remember his name. Never mind. See, TikTok stars are important because I can't remember the fuck his name, even though I watch him every single day. That's gonna kill me later on. But yeah, that event was fun to go to. They had him and they had Felicia Rose.
Yeah, from Sleepaway Camp, right? I didn't see
Yeah,
too many people post pictures with her, but I remember I saw some of Sleepaway Camp years ago, only because I saw like a video from Looper or What Culture about the ending being like super strange, and I was just like, me and my brother sat through it and didn't even pay attention. I think we ended up forwarding it just to see what the what the thing was, and we were just kind of like, oh, this is weird because it kind of, no offense, an iconic movie now, but kind of like My Bloody Valentine. Like certain groups of people gravitate after the fact, but I saw that she was here as well, so I thought that was really cool.
or Terrifier.
Oh yes, he's been actually been there.
Yeah, he was
Uh,
there like October, I think, or sometime
yeah,
like that.
I wanted to go meet him that day because I had just watched Terrifier 2, um, and was like, oh, I think I want to meet. And my fiance was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna become obsessed now, right? And I was like, no. And then I got the steelbook, and
I got some figures. Deco made movie. I bought it.
I
He
got
has a
him
Funko
tattooed on
Pop.
me on my lower back. Um,
I changed my name to Art.
Where did you get your shirt though?
I don't know. Hot Topic, I think. Pretty sure.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Hot Topic?
It was
That
whenever
means it really did
Cartoon
make
came
its
out.
waves, dude. That's awesome. Um, I remember the last time, guys, I wore a cool Friday the 13th shirt, and you couldn't see it in the video. And that same day, Franco was like, not the 2009 one. That one sucked ass." I was like,
That one was indeed terrible. But yeah.
"Not the best."
Just want to talk about that. I guess the events and whatnot.
Yeah.
But we can get into it. We're supposed to review it. Um, 1990. I guess I'll distract some more because someone's gonna jump on. I need to send the link real quick.
Okay. It was like 3 hours, the original one, right?
Yeah, 3 hours and 12 minutes. And
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I like to wait to the final day to
I don't think
rush.
you're an idiot, man.
And yesterday on Tuesday, I was like, okay, I need to watch this movie. Let me see how long it is. Like 3 hours. What the fuck? I ain't got
Yeah,
3 hours.
dude.
I need to edit videos and shit. But I was like, it's whatever. I'll go look for it. I searched my house. I don't have it on DVD. I could have sworn I bought it like years back, whenever the
To
second one
be
came out or a new one came out. But I
look,
can't find it. So I hit up my co-host, Mr. Manny, and he said,
good.
"Hey, yo, I haven't seen it either." So I was like, "Fuck it, let's change it."
I
Couldn't
was so
find
tired.
any movies to see to like review that we both have subscriptions to. So I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, Tubi is free and it's Terrifier's on there. Let's review Terrifier.
Tubi, we're giving you a shout out.
Yeah,
If you'd love to
Tubi.
support the podcast,
I think we're all gonna
hit
have
us up.
different opinions on this movie because you're on it. You seem like you were excited to talk about your
I
opinion.
was so excited to talk about Terrifier. I was so I'm so excited, guys. This is the peak of cinema right here. This is cinema at its highest peak. It
Did
hasn't gotten
you
better.
did you rewatch it yesterday, or are you going based off of your review movie
No,
review?
no, no, no. I said to myself, we are gonna go sit through this film again, because maybe I was too harsh the first time I saw it. But no, I think I do have some takeaways that I didn't have from the first one. That and there are props to be given this second time around instead of being as mean as I have been towards this film. But I think I still hold um, somewhat of the same viewpoint only because of one thing that I will get into on the podcast that I'll talk about. And that's the only thing for me that kind of really, um, has me at the opinion that I have over this film.
Gotcha. Well, I think I'm have a different opinion on you, and the other person coming in is Nick, that we are waiting on.
What?
I feel like he'll have a different opinion because I believe he loves the movies. So I could be wrong.
It's like, and the other person we have on the podcast is Damien Leone. In that case, I absolutely love this movie. I will eat Terrifier's butt. That's how much I love this.
But while we're waiting, y'all can give us a follow on Instagram at Friday 14th Podcast. Emo Swap Productions. Subscribe if if you're watching right now. If you
Yes.
haven't subscribed, if you are subscribed, thank you. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also follow me at Ross and Tacos. I'm cross posting everything on there as well. So yeah,
You heard the man. Do it. As we wait for Nick, Coke. I saw Cocaine Bear.
he saw Cocaine Bear.
I saw
What'd
Cocaine
you
Bear.
What'd you think
Big
about it?
Cocaine Bear.
Because I saw different opinions on it.
I enjoyed it, man. I went into this movie being like, I'm about to watch a movie about a bear that does coke. Like, I don't expect it to be Oscar worthy. I want to go into this movie and just step away from reality, for a good hour and 30 minutes. So that's how I went to watch this movie. I know the real story of the actual bear that did cocaine, and
Did he
he
do like
did the
cocaine and just died?
yeah, he ran for a bit and died, and now they taxidermy him, and he's inside of a mall. There's like a little section where they have him taxidermied. It says the cocaine bear. It has his little story. Yeah, you can actually visit this cocaine bear. But that was the story. That was yes, of course, everything else like the drug deal gone, the drug thing, the whole guy, um, being stuck in a tree but dead and the actual coke bags, like all of that's real story. Um, but the bear doing coke and then becoming psycho, that didn't. He didn't harm anybody. Nobody was harmed in the overdose of cocaine that this bear did. But I enjoyed it, man. I really did. I really do. I can't. I pre-ordered the Funko Pop. Can't wait till the Funko Shop exclusive one drops.
They're making Funko
And
Pops of it.
yes, yes, they are, dude. And the crazy thing is, Funko's like it's only 18 and up. So right now, the only place to pre-order it from is Entertainment Earth, and there's the Funko Shop exclusive one dropping. Um, and I'm definitely gonna. Man, I hope they release this in 4K, like the Steelbook. I just hope they do.
That's crazy, man. We were just
Because I
talking
will be
about Funko
dropping
Pop
it.
and slow their roll, and they're making pops about Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, but I definitely have slowed my roll with the price of Funko Pops. Scott, just keep going up, man. And now it's to a point where I really pick and choose what I want, and I'm not buying one every. Used to buy one like every other day. Um, Now it's more of a, do I really need that right now, or can I wait till it clearances? It's crazy stuff.
God, I gotta wait till clearance is out. If y'all guys have any opinions on this movie, Terrifier, y'all can leave them in the comments section, and we will be glad to read them on
And yell at you.
here
I'm just kidding.
and tell you why your opinion is a really good
Your
opinion because
opinion.
it's yours, and every opinion
Yes.
matters.
Mm-hmm. Opinions matter.
Have you heard Mr. Fuentes' new album?
Not no.
He has a song on there called Opinions. It's pretty good.
It's on Spotify though, right?
Yeah, just search up Mr.
Okay.
Fuentes' sneak peek.
Hold on. Actually, I can't look it up on here because this has my um.
There you go.
This is my other phone. It's on my regular phone. Oh, another thing though, I want to buy the album from him because I have a. Oh my gosh, I have a thing about physical media. Where did
Oh,
he
okay,
go?
got you. I should kick them out because he's still talking.
Oh.
Sorry for the late appearance.
You're okay, bro.
Yeah, you can hit him up, man. It's $10. He'll give it to you. It doesn't come signed though. You have
Nice.
to pay an extra $20 for that.
That's fine.
Fuck.
I've been in his presence.
Yeah, sneak peek.
Oh, that is so. Yeah, dude. Everything
And
about
then
it
you
is perfect.
flip
But I
into the
want the
back.
physical. I want the physical.
You can see that logo, that beautiful logo.
Oh, damn.
Emo Soul Productions.
Emotional
Beautiful.
seductions.
Yes. So we're visited by the bad guy, the 4K bad guy.
The 4K bad guy in the flesh. This is a reunion.
It is.
But watch at the is it 27-minute mark yet?
17. Yeah, we're reviewing Terrifier today, 2016. If you haven't watched it, it is on Tubi for free. Just download it and go watch it. There's a whole bunch of good movies on there, honestly, and there's commercials on there, but like, it's not bad.
It kind of works, man. With my attention span, it works. Like, I need the commercials now. It's as weird as that sounds, because my mind's like, look at your phone. So I think the commercials work now as compared to me hating them when I was a kid.
Yeah, but I already told you about the following us and everything. I guess we should get into movie is Terrifier 2016. It's an hour and 25 minutes. It's an hour and 25 minutes.
Why? Because it feels longer? Because they always feel longer.
We'll get into that later. It was directed by Damien Leone and written by Damien Leone. And it stars Jenna Cannell, Samantha, I can't even say that, Samantha Scafidi, and David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. And yeah, I guess the synopsis is, where's the synopsis on here? On Halloween night, Tara Hayes finds herself at the obsession of a sadistic murderer known as Art the Clown. Yeah, that's it. We can get into the ratings before we start talking about it. 4K bad guy, since you're the newest one here, what would you rate it out of 5 machetes, Danny Trejo's?
Out of 5. Probably one. If we're going based off when I first saw this movie, I would say 4, but I think I'm gonna lower it down to 3.5.
3.5. What was your first initial thoughts on it? Whenever you first saw it.
My first thought?
Yeah.
Well, it took me a while. I mean, it took me like a year to get around seeing it on Netflix. But that was pretty cool. I mean, we don't have that many horror slasher icons, so it's kind of refreshing, kind of.
Breath of fresh air.
Breath of fresh air.
Manny.
Yes.
Out of 5.
Yes.
Machetes, Danny Trejo's.
I give this one 1.5 machetes.
What was your initial thoughts going into the first viewing?
When I first saw this movie, people were hyping the absolute out of it. They were making it seem like this is movie that I tried my best. I was like, I love horror, so should I listen to these people and go in with this preconceived notion that's gonna be great, or try to wait it out and watch it on my own time? But then it's like the Babadook. It's like people are like, no, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it. So by the time you know, I'm sitting there, and after 3 hours, which again, this is only an hour and 25-minute film, but I don't feel like that. I was extremely upset with this film, very very mad. But I have watched it again, and that's why we'll be talking about today. Because the old Manny would have been like, I'm not even gonna rate this thing. This thing deserves no machetes. But the new Manny is seeing it through a different lens, and there's just one little flaw in the film that stops me from giving it like a much better rating.
He didn't show his ass in his way.
Out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 3. My first thoughts. I don't think I saw whenever the hype was all around it. I think I waited a little bit. I think Nick told me about it on Netflix.
Mhm.
I want to say, and the first time I enjoyed it. I love gore and everything, and there was a scene in there that sticks with you. That was really good. I'm pretty sure we all know what scene it is, and we'll talk about it later.
It's the scene behind the steelbook.
I have no idea.
Well, if I show it, it's probably gonna spoil it right away. So
Is that Terrifier 1 on Steelbook?
yeah, I have the part 2 on steelbook as well.
I have part 2 on Steelbook. Again, you
I
see,
also have
guys,
the-
you'll
the
hear
4K.
why I own the sequel on Steelbook. We'll talk about this.
But spoiler territory. If you have not seen the movie and you don't want to be spoiled, leave
I'm gonna leave.
and come back.
I'm
and
gonna leave you.
go watch it on Tubi. It's free, and it's an hour and 25 minutes. Probably will be longer with commercials, probably an hour and 30. But if you want to be spoiled, then hey, stay. Watch us
Please.
talk about Terrifier. Watch us talk about Art the Clown.
Oh, is it the 4K? You even bought you bought the Steelbook and the 4K? You see, I was gonna buy the 4K so I could put it in my Steelbook. Because I'm like, they should have released the Steelbook should have been the 4K.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at Nick, guys. He's so he's this
Do you have it
beautiful
from
man
1990?
What?
You have it from 1990?
Yeah, I do.
Are you playing this game where you pull it out of your pants?
Well,
he's gonna take off his hat and it's actually underneath his hat. He's like, yeah, it's right here, 4K.
I have the. Actually, I got that documentary. I think it's called The Making of It.
Oh my
But it's on
gosh.
Tubi. You can see it on Tubi.
Oh, well, there you go. Look at that. Or even more shout outs to Tubi today, guys.
Sponsor.
What I'm saying, man, I'm telling them they need to come over and sponsor. It's not a
All
bad
right.
site.
All right, so Terrifier.
Yes.
There's a lot to get into. Where do y'all want to begin?
Mm.
Good, the bad,
The dialogue.
bad, the good.
we could just get it. We're like we usually like our favorite scenes. We've talked about the synopsis. We've given our ratings, and now we want to talk about what is maybe some of our favorite scenes in this. We can talk about that, right?
We go for the whole enchilada right now if y'all want.
Oh, enchilada.
Whole enchilada. My favorite scene was where she got sliced in half. That was a very gory scene, and it was just wow, like wow, in a movie, wow.
That is the scene that everyone who's seen this movie, like when I talk about reviews, it's that one scene.
Mm-hmm.
Just for a visual, I don't know. It's not really anything showing.
I think there's it's gonna dang. Okay, yeah. That was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene.
Have some respect. That's disgusting. No, I'm just kidding.
Disgusting, man.
Hey, man.
Disgusting.
I love the Saw series because of the gore.
Yes, no. Okay, yeah. So
That's not family.
I prefer, to be honest with you, I prefer horror films where there is gore and you see it. I don't like cutaway scenes. I like to see it because it makes it feel more real. It makes it feel like the villain is a threat as compared to when you cut away or they take the PG-13 route and they don't show anything. Which I felt like I had trouble with Megan because of that. And I know that there's an unrated cut on Peacock now, but the fact that some scenes that I wanted to see occur, they would cut. And I don't like that. I'm a fan of, I want to feel like, oh, this thing presents a threat. And with Art, this guy just doesn't care. And I think that's the thing. Like, this man just, like, nobody's safe.
Is it a man?
Nobody's like, you can't be friends with him. You can't get near him. You know, mm, I would say I'm a fan of like prosthetics in movies, especially like 80s did it a lot, especially in the Evil Dead films, which I love. So like that scene that you were saying, which is it's a large prosthetic body that they cut in half, but because they use that, it makes it seem so much like cooler. Um, and so for me, one of my favorite was Mike. Yeah, the guy's name is Mike. He was the exterminator. Um, Art bashes his head and he like curb stomps him, and you see the head. You know what I mean? And I like stuff like that, and just about anything. I like seeing like the rubber or like the head because it looks cool, man. It does. It looks amazing, and I'm so tired of CGI sometimes. It's the easy route, and so I really respect when people work with the money they have and the budget they have to create a scene that feels real. And a lot of times, lower budgeted horror films have like the best prosthetics because they're like, yo, we can't afford CGI, so we're gonna have to like make a fake face and stuff. So that was one of my favorite. The other one was a Ramon, the pizza employee, that gets mad because he shit inside the restroom. He like stabs the shit out of his face, like just stabs him like crazy. I thought that was really cool. I was like, those two were very enjoyable scenes. Um, and I don't know, it's something about being stabbed in the face that always gets me. I think there's a scene in Scream 4 when Anthony Anderson, the cop, gets stabbed in the forehead. I think Scream like pops like Ghostface pops up and just stabs him in the head. And I remember being like, dude, I wonder how that would feel. That probably hurts. Of course, you'd be dead, but still, like the idea. So yeah, face stabbings are some of my favorites.
You sick fuck.
You
Oh
sick fuck.
yeah, I'm sorry. Let me get out.
The horror podcast. Have some manners.
Show some respect. We gotta hear Nick. Nick,
I'm
what do
sorry
you
about
got?
anything.
What do you
I'm
got?
right.
Nick's like, I don't have the same.
I don't.
All of the above.
Besides that default, girl again. You know, I saw that. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. That Scooby Doo. It's like an image of Scooby Doo, and it's Daphne in that position.
Yes. Oh yeah. I have. That's the one that has like the Scooby Doo gang in all like they have the creeper on top of the
Oh, yeah.
van chopping off Shaggy's head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the
I've
little
seen
horror crossover thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that seems pretty cool, but I there's not really much. Nothing happens in the scene. It's more of just Art sitting down at the table and just making the silly faces at the main girl. I think that's one of the scenes that I like because it goes into the play of how creepy clowns are without even trying to be creepy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's what's her name? Is it Tara? And I forgot the other girl's name.
Dawn.
Dawn. Yeah.
She takes the selfie with him, and then he
Yeah.
like takes the selfie with her after he completely solves her. He Ed Geins her.
That was his payback. And it's like, oh, you're supposed to be charged money and you didn't.
You didn't pay me. So let's talk about Manny. What do you not like about this film?
There's no story, okay? That's what kills it for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There is no damn story inside this entire film, and then they have the audacity to end it the way they end it, having no story which presents any of that previous to what we see. And that's the thing. That's the reason I can't give this a high film. Had it just been praised as being gory, I would have said, "Hey, I'm walking in there. It's just gonna be a gore fest. I don't care." But everybody made this seem like this was the peak of cinema, that I had to watch The Terrifier, that it was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. Yes, it's crazy. There's a lot of gore. But you made it seem like there was some story in between, and there isn't. This is basically a compilation of killing scenes. That's what this is. That's what this whole movie, and the props that I give now is to David Howard Thornton, right? David Howard Thornton? David? Right? Okay. Because he just plays the part so well. Like, literally, he annoys the shit out of me as Art. And I think that's good. Because if you're a villain and you provoke something out of me when I'm watching the movie, which makes me feel like I want to punch you, And again, this is all respect, David. I think you do a great job because you play the part so well. That's what carries this movie. Because the dialogue sure as hell didn't. All right. And the sad thing is, I was looking up the girl who plays Tara. She was in an episode of WandaVision, and she's gonna be in the new Renfield movie with Nicholas Holt and Nicolas Cage. So she's making it. But damn, this I wouldn't put this like the acting from this movie down on my portfolio because it was bad. But yeah, there was no story in this, and I think that's what like really killed it for me, man. Because I've become like you watch so many horror films that you get to this point where you're like, okay, what I need some substance, I need a story, and you know what I blame? I blame the Conjuring films and the Insidious films for that because those movies added so much story to the back of a horror film, which had me like, ooh, invested, right? And then after that, I started watching horror movies through this lens of like, you know what, I care deeply now for story. It really draws me in. But I also heard, okay, when I first saw this, I heard that I thought like, oh my gosh, this is like, I guess because of budget, it's like cheesy, like the direction or the way it's directed is very cheesy. But I heard it compared to homage to like older 80s films that were low budget. And so now if I view it through that lens, it makes a lot more sense because it does. I've seen horror films where from the 80s, like very like low horror films that like nobody talks about, and they're very like they're cut like this. It's dark in areas. They're kind of quiet. It feels a lot longer than it's supposed to be. My Bloody Valentine. And what's it called? So now I give it that respect. I give this movie the respect for the route it took, and obviously it's gained a fan base. And again, it did because I actually really enjoyed Terrifier 2. I thought it was badass. But I just this movie it lacked story, and again we're in spoiler territory, but it had the audacity to end the way it ends with like Art pops a cap in his head and then comes back to life, and it's like, you wanna explain, please explain like a little more as to why Art can do that. And those are just some of the gripes, but again, overall, I think if you just want to see shit get really effed up, and you feel like, man, the world itself isn't desensitizing enough, I need to see more, then sit through this film. Sit through it from start to finish, and then you'll feel satiated. You'll feel like, I'm full. I've seen enough for one day.
Yes, I also blame Patrick Wilson for all that too.
Oh man.
Yeah, it does like story made up for in part two with story, but the duration in that way. For me, I think it's because they killed off like the main characters. Then you're just following her sisters, like, what is this?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Like
And that is very weird. Yeah, it is like two movies because it's like, oh, that's the main character, and then she dies, and you're like, actually, she gets obliterated with gun shots to her damn face. Like,
the gun, like that just made me laugh. Like you don't expect it, and he just
yeah,
and his face.
that is kind of
so,
true. Yeah.
funny.
But you know, I agree with that. I feel like you follow these characters and you're like, oh, and then it ends up not even being that character that you should have really been, I guess, paying attention to. I mean, that'd be weird if you went to go see a Spider-Man movie and then halfway through the film, Spider-Man dies.
What?
And then it's like Ned takes Ned takes the lead for the rest of the film, and a Doctor Strange cake. And that's what you will watch. You'd be like, what the am I watching? Like, this isn't. It's called Spider-Man. What the heck? You know?
I assumed Tara was gonna be the final girl and everything, and then she just died. I think it was like halfway through the movie, so it was like technically 2 parts.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah, and then like her sister is the one that gets him. Yeah, I guess my advice is if your siblings get into some trouble with some clowns, hey, that's on them.
That's on them.
That's on them, man.
Just
That's on them. That's on them. Hey, sorry. End of story. because I would not go save a. Again, there's no hope for these characters. There's no redemption. There's no like somebody that could stop art. It's just like you are effed. And I feel like in every other horror film, there's a sense of like, okay, this thing can be defeated. There are other people who have dealt with it. We have an upper hand in some way, shape, or form, although we might not make it. And in this film, it's just like, nah, you're watching Game of Thrones. Don't get attached to anybody because your favorite characters will die. Like, don't make friends with anybody. Your favorite characters are going to die. And that's what this movie did.
And they all die.
It's
Yeah.
it's just like,
Like-
and then
like-
some like, and it's just so random too. It's like, dude, he shit in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Those pizza employees are doing nothing to you.
Hmm.
You just like, I'm gonna poop in your bathroom. It's bad enough you're getting paid minimum wage, and then I'm gonna shit in your bathroom and wipe it all over the place. And then when you get mad at me for that, I'm gonna stab you in the face. And it's like,
Hmm.
what? That's not fair. You're being a very rude customer, Art.
I don't give a damn. You're
Yeah,
savage.
and does he wipe?
be-
I think that's the thing that ran through my head too.
He didn't even
After
buy
he
anything
pooped
either.
and wiped it everywhere.
Did you spy his outfit?
Yeah, I was like, I'm expecting to see some type of shit stain on the back of Art's outfit because he
Shit got
definitely
real.
didn't wipe. Yeah,
Shit, got-
shit got real.
Right
Yeah.
there.
You're talking about
Yeah.
getting attached to his characters. Like got attached to Art, and he offed himself, and he came back to life.
Yeah, I mean, you can get attached to
he's not
Art.
even done. He's not even safe.
Or how do? Oh, well, he probably is because he knew he was gonna come back to life. Which I don't even. Okay, was this? I guess the point was just to get the police officer back. He's like, I'm gonna f myself up. They'll let me go, and then I came back to life. Yeah, so maybe he's smarter than I give him credit for. Again, David Howard Thornton plays the role so well. I want to punch him because he plays the role like. What's up?
I was like, it's one of those interesting things because he wasn't even the original Art the Clown. Like,
That's
I
what I
remember
heard
seeing
too, yeah.
Hall's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any
I
story
heard
in
that-
one?
It doesn't according to I think Damien Leone, he said that those movies don't like the Terrifier movies. Art the Clown is the character, but he was in 2 previous films, I believe, and they don't really like All Hallows Eve, and then there's one even earlier than that. That there's no story development there or anything enough to really, and it was also a different actor, so once you've seen it played by David Howard Thornton, I don't think we need to go back to the.
I think we
The last
definitely
guy.
need story in part 3 because part 2 had no story whatsoever, even with him either, of like what he is, if he's what entity he pretty much is.
Yes, we do. If they make another one,
Oh, they are.
I need to know what the yeah yeah I know.
They are.
But I'm sorry. I need some backstory, Damien. I need some backstory. I will sit down as co-writer of the film,
I mean,
and I'll help you write some backstory. But I need it because it's pissing me off.
he
Okay.
didn't guarantee no backstory, but he did guarantee this one's gonna be even more terrifying. I think those were his words. I could be butchering them, but it says this one is even a notch higher.
I'm gonna have to talk to the guys at Wild Wolf. I'm gonna be like, you need to get me. I need to sit down with Damien. Just let me sit down with him. Like I will pay for whatever amount of time that you give me. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. But I need to be like, look, I love the gore, Damien, but so help me God. If you don't write a damn backstory, all hell will break loose in the theater when I go see the 3rd film. And he's like, you're still gonna pay to see it. I'm like, yes, I am.
And you say the mean one that also has David Howard Thornton.
I haven't seen it because it was supposed to hit streaming and then it didn't because they did the small theatrical release. And it was like, okay, I guess I wasn't excited. Thanks.
That's one I want to review as well. That one and that Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh, I heard very bad things about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Man, they made
Expected, man.
TikTok, and I respect it now.
No. I wanted to watch it too, but I also saw somebody review the director's other movie. It's like a killing Christmas tree. And I was like, oh gosh. I was like, oh Lord, if that's the... But I'm still going to sit through that movie too. I don't care. It's Winnie the Pooh and Piglet killing people. I mean, come on. You don't just skip that. You watch it.
They skipped us. They had one showing in our theater Wednesday at 7 p.m. when it came
And
out.
it was at AMC, right?
It was AMC and Century. AMC sold
Century?
one ticket.
That
Wait,
was me.
AMC sold one
Never.
ticket,
One ticket. And like the
and
dude
then
the person, if you're listening to the person who picked that one ticket, they picked like far left.
what?
They didn't even like pick middle. They picked far left. I was like, oh, that's a weird. You do you, but that's weird.
Wow, one person sat through that movie.
He was expecting a full house.
It was the director.
This director. Yeah, support yourself, man. Bet on
He
He
yourself.
looked for theaters that didn't have anybody attending. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna surprise the fans," and then he got there and was like, "Wait, I'm the only one that bought a ticket." That's sad. Sad.
I still want to watch the movie though.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. I haven't seen it, so I can't, give an opinion. I heard 3C Films talk about it, and I love him. So,
Chris,
oh my gosh, you know him! Thank God, you know who 3C Films is.
I'm
Yes,
friends
he's
with
so
him.
great. I want to be friends with him. If you're listening, 3C Films, because it gets around. I love you, and I want to be friends.
He lives
Nick
up
loves
North
you too.
Texas.
I know he's a Texas dude. The coolest people are always Texas residents.
Are they?
Oh, I think so. McConaughey's a Texas resident, isn't he?
All right, all right, all right.
All right, all right, all right.
Mm.
But
So, story.
talk to me.
Story.
So that's all.
Yeah.
That's all this movie was lacking for me as well. Was story. The gore. If you go in seeing it just for the gore, yes,
Mm-hmm.
5 machetes all the way. But I did
Yeah.
like the story.
If it was just for the gore, if all I cared for in this thing was gore and how brutal somebody can be, then this thing would have been off the charts because it's there. It's not like it isn't. But because I have to judge this movie not only by the gore presented before my very eyes, but by the story that it lacked, I have to be harsh, and I'm sorry. Still an enjoyable film though, if you just want to watch gore and you just want to see like crazy shit happen. Watch Terrifier. Go and watch Terrifier 2. That one's 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah. And I own it on Steelbook now.
And
'cause I
still
enjoyed
no
it.
story.
Oh wait, no! Oh wait! You see the sequel? I think a little bit was I thought it was kind of badass. The whole there's a sprinkle compared to this one, and there's also that sense of hope that I said that's not in this movie at all. It's kind of there with this one because we get the characters fighting back. They're not just getting shot in the head and sliced from their butt to their head.
Part 2. The only thing I'll give it props for. Not props. The only thing that I didn't enjoy about it was that wrestler made an appearance. That one best in the world guy, Chris Jericho, and he sucked ass. He can't act for shit.
It's crazy because like growing up, I had friends that watched wrestling like crazy, and every time I'd go over, they'd be like, "We're watching wrestling. We're playing wrestling," and I'd be like, "Shit, I don't watch it." So I would watch it there with them, and Chris Jericho was like my favorite. Every time he came out, I was like, I like Chris Jericho for some strange reason. I don't know what it is.
Well, he absolutely sucks, Manny.
Yeah, so whenever I saw him inside the movie, I was watching it with Katie, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's Chris Jericho!" And she's like, "What does that mean to me?" I'm like, "It's a wrestler." She's like, "You don't really even watch wrestling." I was like, "When I was a kid, it's nostalgia. It was him, okay, babe. I thought he was cool when I was a kid, okay? Damn, damn it, dude."
Oh my God, it's the singer from Fozzy.
Had absolutely no one.
Oh man. Oh. That is.
So-
Oh, he does sing.
We have this thing called this segment called Legacy. Y'all want to talk about it? Y'all think
Yeah.
Art the Clown has a legacy as one of the we have the horror icons. Do you think he's becoming a horror icon?
A modern horror icon. I'll say
Do you
most
think
definitely.
He'll live up to
The-
Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger. Samantha, whoever else.
Samantha.
Yeah, Samantha. I
Samara.
forgot. Someone out there.
Samantha.
Samara.
Kyoko.
Um, yes, I think by the fact that you told me that you bought a Terrifier shirt at Hot Topic, it means that he's made his way into the mainstream, and you have to give props when a movie that is not theatrically released like crazy. Again, 2016 the movie's made, 2018 we get like these releases. A lot of people saw this film through Netflix, right? Um, so the way I see it is now we had Terrifier 2, which had certain, I believe, Fathom events, right? Or is they're the ones that brought Terrifier 2, Fathom events. Um, and so we got these theatrical releases, and I just feel like there's a fan base, man. I personally know people that have tattoos of Art the Clown because they're like fans of this franchise, and I think what really did it is that it's the gore, it's the killing, it's another character that's just relentless in his pursuit of you know killing the crap out of anybody who steps in his way. Um, and so because of that, I think that it made a really good amount too. The sequel made a really good amount in theaters, and you got to look at stuff like that. You got to look at, and to me, it's always like, look, even if I'm not the biggest fan of the Terrifier franchise, even if I did enjoy the sequel way more than I enjoyed the first one, you got to give props because even as a director, you're looking at pieces of your work that you thought, well, you know what, it might get somewhere, it might not. People might bite into this, people might just leave it. But now you're seeing like, no, there's fans here, there's fans there, there's people that want us to go to signings, they're coming, they're lining up for pictures and autographs, and it goes to show that there is a following behind this movie, and I think it's slowly making its way. Even if it ends with the third film, and that's the end all be all in this, what would be, if they do end it with the third film, a trilogy of Terrifier films, I think that it has placed its mark. People know Art the Clown. I see him in compilations now. Every time I see some type of horror compilation, Art the Clown's there. Now, I mean, to me, you made it. If you're in a horror comp with some of the greatest, Freddy, Jason, Michael, Leatherface, and you have Art there, to me, you've kind of you've stapled yourself in the horror community. So definitely, I see a legacy behind this.
I don't think you made it until you have one of these.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't think you made it until you got a NECA figure.
That is so true. NECA does the best horror figures. Yeah, you don't really make it until NECA decides to make a figure of you.
The third film.
I don't know what's going on with NECA, man. They need to make one of Art. Unless they have something against Damien Leone.
Oh.
Maybe he hasn't sold the rights over, because I think everything's
I know they
owned by Damien Leone. It's also
I see. Oh, okay.
Which I know, he said this will be the final one, and I was listening to something or reading something that people were like, the big companies are trying to get him to sign over the rights so they can make movies. But y'all think he'll ever like sell over anything and make fucking Terrifier 5, 6, 7, 9, 12 crossover with Fast and Furious 31?
Damn, right? I don't got clowns. I got family.
Familia.
Familia, yeah. That's a good question, man. And I think Damien, in the way that I've seen he's helmed both projects and has been very involved with them, I think if he ever lent over the IP or gave some of it away, I think he's one of those directors that will be involved in some way, shape, or form. So his say-so will still be there. I don't think he would be like, oh, go ahead, take the franchise, make a TV series, make a comic book, make a this. I think it would be like, hey, you know what? I'm willing to get the help and get the budget, but we're still gonna run things my way. We're still gonna have David Howard Thornton play Terrifier, but all the other casting y'all can do. Let them do all the other casting.
You know what we need? We need a Damien Leone crossover with James Wan.
See?
David Howard Thornton and Patrick Wilson together? Hell yeah.
Kissing? Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, I said that
I
out
see
loud?
some Patrick Wilson's behind.
Damn. How about instead of Insidious, instead of that red guy popping up behind Patrick Wilson, it's art. It's art instead.
Can someone meme that?
It'll be Art the Clown instead. There you go. And that's how we'll pitch the idea to James Wan and Damien Leone. We'll just meme that and then throw it on Twitter, and hopefully we put the right hashtag and it circles the internet.
It has
I
to be
would
the horror James Wan and not the Aquaman / Fast and Furious 11 / whatever other genre.
Slash, what is it? Shazam? Shazam as well. Isn't he helping with Shazam?
Is he?
I heard that the
Is he
Annabelle doll's in
directing?
the Shazam movie.
No,
what
because I think
what?
the director for Shazam was one of the other directors for like Insidious, one of the previous.
Oh, okay. With Annabelle, okay, yeah, because
Yeah,
the Annabelle doll, it's in the Aquaman movie, it's in the first Shazam movie, and I heard it makes an appearance in this new Shazam.
yeah, I think he's trying to take over James Wan's stuff with that.
Oh, okay, I see. Sorry, James Bond, I didn't know that. But yeah, we need a NECA. You need to get on a figure for art. Just talk to Damien. Maybe it could be a limited run. You know, like an exclusive that we're gonna have to fork over $70 for.
Still pay.
I still buy it. Okay.
So I come this far.
Right. I already purchased the steelbook of the sequel. I'm strapped in. Once I spend money on a franchise that I once disliked, it means I like it in some way, shape, or form.
Well, he has that Trick or Treat Studios figure.
Yeah, that one's coming out, right? Or was it for pre-order for a while? I think. Is it still on
I think it's
pre-order? Or is
already
it
out.
out? Is it the one that's like? Because my little nephew he met David Howard Thornton. He loves these films, and my dad pre-ordered him one not too long ago, but it didn't look like there was any possibility. I know that there's another one that Wild Wolf was selling for like a bit up there in price, and it's like a kind of like almost like a Mezco version of it. Not Mezco, but I'm just giving that as an example because it comes with like real cloth for the shirt and everything like that. Is that the figure you're talking about, or are you talking about that other one?
What's that 1/6 scale? They mainly like done a bunch of Michael Myers ones. Trick
Oh
or Treat
wow.
Studios. But they put an Art the Clown one. There's the clean version, and then there's a bloody variant.
Man. Okay, so that's probably the route that I'd have to take to get an art figure for now.
I think it's like 120 around there.
I think I can wait.
Anyway, but it's the more affordable, like side collectible. Side collectibles do pretty much the same stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's I say make it. I say if Damien Leone gives over some of this, I would definitely say more figures, more Funkos.
So this movie ain't got no tagline. So instead of taglines, I'm gonna do some trivia. Oh fuck, I exiled it. Damn it. I'm gonna do some trivia. Give me a second because I exiled the browser. Oh. So, David Howard Thornton has previous mime experience, which he utilizes in his performance.
He has previous mime experience.
Yeah, mime experience.
Why?
David Howard Thornton was the sixth person who auditioned for Art the Clown. During the audition, he began miming tasting his beheaded victim's blood, but then added salt to it to improve its flavor. That's what got him the role.
Wow. That's dope. That's crazy. I'm just
This
picturing that
and
now.
the pizza parlor was filmed at Andy's Deer Hills Pizzeria in Deer Park, New York, which closes doors for business October 2017.
Oh, so it doesn't even exist anymore.
Hmm.
You think you still find the shit in the store or no? You think they claim that?
The original Art the Clown decided not to reprise his role due to how long it took to apply the prosthetics and makeup.
Is that man doing any more work? I mean, that's ridiculous. Kind of like to be like, I don't want to play him anymore. It takes too long. It's like, do you want a job? Do you want to act? Do you want to make money? I mean, if you get into the business, I mean, look at Batista. He has to sit in the chair for what? How many hours just to be Drax? I don't want to hear it.
What, you're telling me that's not his natural skin?
Wait, is it? No. You telling me Zoe Saldana isn't actually green? What the heck? I hate
Skins
this.
will won him
It's
over
crazy.
for the part.
knock at the cabin. That was I mean his real stuff.
No, it
Yeah.
looks like that's his only the Ninth Circle, 2008, All Hallows
Uh-huh.
Eve, and
Uh-huh.
Stripes.
And that's what he gets. That's what you get. You don't get into the business and then cry because it takes a little too long to put on some makeup.
He had no faith in the
Yeah, no
series.
faith in the franchise. Now look it ain't your face.
Yeah, All
It's like
Hallows Eve, the Ninth Circle, Stripes, Terrifier, the short, and that's it.
That's crazy, dude. That's what he gets though. He did to himself.
In All Hallows Eve, it was made clear throughout the film that Art the Clown was supernatural and not just a human in a clown suit. It is not clear in this film until the end that Art has supernatural presence. So he is supernatural. He is not a man. He is not a clown.
he's a legend.
You see, and they said not to pay attention to All Hallows Eve, but it's necessary to pay attention to All Hallows Eve because it explains why we saw him shoot himself in the damn head and then come back to life and strangle the coroner for doing absolutely nothing. Again, he just doesn't care. You get fucking, at least Jason when he's going through Manhattan, he pushes some people. He doesn't kill them.
He kicks
Just like it's not worth his time. Terrifier's
your ring
like,
box.
yeah, Terrifier's like, nah, you breathing, so I gotta kill you. The cat lady's like, I'm gonna be nice to him. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna kill you now. I'm gonna scalp you, then wear your hair. Like,
And then run around
what?
naked.
I'm gonna take your
Yeah,
baby.
I was like, damn, bro. You know, this is like what you were saying how he got the role. It kind of reminded me of the guys that wanted to direct the newer Final Destination film. The way they got the job is they were on a Zoom call, right, with the company that was like, we want to make a new Final Destination, and while they're having this Zoom call, behind one of the guys, his house starts to catch fire, and they're like, oh my gosh, like your house is on fire, like dude, get off the Zoom call, like go, and then a ceiling fan comes and slices his head off, like it falls and slices his head off, and then you find out that it was their pitch and they're like, "Oh, it's all a joke. Like we put it together." And right off the bat, they're like, "Y'all have the movie. You can keep it. Like y'all make the movie. Y'all clearly understand what you're doing." And that gave me faith in this next
They
Final
probably
Destination film.
fucking got all scarred and shit. Like, yep,
Yeah,
no,
like it actually happened.
I'm out of this business. Fuck that.
Yeah, PTSD now. They're like, you know what? You said it'd be easy. It was just a Zoom call. I'm effed up now. That man's head just decapitated on the Zoom call. My child saw it because they didn't stay in the room like I told them to while I was on this meeting.
It's alright. He's gonna come back to
They're
life like Art the
traumatized.
Clown.
Yeah. Oh man. That's how you should pitch it, right? Like Damien Leone's on a Zoom call, and then like a knife just goes through his head, and then Art comes. Like Art, you just see it go through his head, and then he goes down, and then Art pops up from behind him.
And then Patrick Wilson's behind him as well.
Yeah, he goes
That's
like instead of the red face, it's actually Patrick Wilson's face instead in the back of Art.
And
Yeah.
James Bond's like, "Fuck it, I'm in."
Yeah, James Bond's like, say less.
None part 2 is gonna be Art the Clown dressed as villain.
Y'all want to talk anything else about Terrifier, or is that it?
I think I made amends towards this. If you're a fan of gore, really messy gore that reminds you of 80s flicks, Terrifier is the movie for you. Watch
It
it.
was shot nice.
If you hate clowns, don't watch this film.
Yeah, if you hate clowns, just don't watch it.
It'll make you despise clowns even more after they shit on walls and smear it everywhere.
Yeah. Stinky ass clowns just walking around your pizza parlor.
It's like, damn, is that every clown that does that shit?
You're like, man, bro, like I'm trying to sell pizza here and it smells like ass. Why would you do that? Why would you shit everywhere?
Well, next week we will be back, March 8th, Wednesday, 6 p.m., same channel, same time. We'll be reviewing, getting ready for Scream 6 the following week, or that Friday, I think. And we'll be reviewing Scream 5, 2022.
Ooh.
I believe it's on Paramount Plus.
Paramount, yeah. Jack Quaid. Sorry.
There's one gasm.
So yeah, we'll be back for that. And you suck. Yeah, I think I already released the March schedule. but
Yes, you threw it up on
uh,
Instagram, I believe.
yeah, I just need to say it on here. Today's Terrifier. Next week, Screams 5. The week after that, we'll be back with the returning real one to review Scream 6. And then the week after that, March 22nd, will be our top 5 90s horror. We'll just be doing a top 5 review of our favorite horror movies from the 1990s. And then the week after that, March 29th, will be Barbarian,
Ooh,
which is on HBO Max.
yes. Bill Skarsgård.
Yes, we'll be talking about another clown.
Yeah. Little clown ass. Oh, Justin Long. Why would I only say Bill Skarsgård? I'm sorry. Justin Long's my baby. Forgive me.
Ask me
I
about my
love him.
wiener.
Yep. South Harmon Institute of Technology.
But thank y'all for watching, listening. Follow us on social media, Friday the 14th podcast, Emo Swell Productions, Wrestling Tacos, and you can follow Mr. Fresh everywhere on Instagram.
Yes, Fresh TV 217.
And the
You
4K
better.
bad guy.
Yes, the 4K bad guy. Follow him on Instagram and Facebook.
That's where you're supposed to plug your at.
What?
Yeah, plug your at, Nick. Plug your at. How can they follow
At
you?
the D4K bad guy.
Oh, that's so simple.
Nice.
All right,
Nice.
well, we'll catch y'all guys next time. Peace, love, tacos.
Peace.
Teotra.